Hello Internet, Unicorn here. Today's video is going to be quite a short one. I'm not sure what I'm going to have in the background, but I've gathered a list of weapons that I believe need a buff in Modern Warfare. A lot of these guns are just slightly underperforming, but others are outright trash. If you go on to like this list, please feel free to drop a like and consider subscribing for content that's never the same unless it did well before, you know? The second part of this video is weapons I'd love to see brought into the game. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's start this off with the number 5 on this list, and this one's gonna get me hate right off the bat. The FR556. Now before you tell me it's a good gun because it can one burst people in that range quickly falls off. And it has sniper attachments for the weapon. Like it has a sniper barrel, a sniper stock, a sniper sight. It has all these things that can turn it into a sniper, yet it's garbage at a long range. You can't one burst anybody. You can barely two burst somebody. All I'm saying is that gun needs a range buff, or the attachments that make it range need to be buffed. Something about that weapon. It's good close up sometimes, but you have to be medium range because you're going to get outgunned by an SMG because you have that middle of the burst delay. And long range, you're still going to get beat out by things like the M4. I mean, yeah, if you get the first shot, a burst, they're dead. But other than that, the gun is really trash. Now, on to number 4, the car. Now, this just might be biased, but I think the MK2 is a far better weapon in every way. The car has great range and fantastic bullet velocity. The sniper version, great on ground war. But it's that small one-hit kill box and that slow bolt action cannot compete on smaller maps. The speed and accuracy of the MK2 is better in every way. The mobility too. The MK2 probably has a bigger one-hit kill box than the car. I don't know if this is biased or not. I've been playing with the car since the game came out, and it's so inconsistent. It really is. Shots that you think that you're gonna kill somebody and it just tickles them. MK2, and I've played with the MK2, and you can pop shots off like it's nothing, and you can get one-hit kills like it's nothing. So I don't know. The car needs to be made stronger. Number 3, the SCAR. Now I just heard that this gun got a nerf, but it really needs a buff. The only place it's good is in hardcore, when you can get that first shot off and you're done. The recoil on this bad boy will have you scratching your head as it dances. While on paper, this gun kills really quick. The recoil and the flinch you get when using this gun, it makes it suck. There's no way you're beating anyone with a kick that brings you from the kneecap up to the head. But it's not always from the kneecap up to the head. It's only sometimes. Sometimes it's to the left or to the right, or up to the left, up to the right. It's a weird recoil gun, and it needs a buff to compete. The PP-19 Bison. Now, this one is actually a really, really good gun, but it stands no chance against any other submachine gun. Yeah, the mag is big and the RPM is good, but every other submachine gun kills faster in the ranges that this one should. Where it does shine a little is against any assault rifle except the M4. It has low recoil, which helps with close range fires against ARs, but it really should win some SMG fights, but it really does not. Now on to the worst gun in the game, the M13. Now I can already hear the comments in my head. The M13 is pretty good, and those comments would be correct. The M13 is pretty good, but it really lacks in areas that it should be great in. First, the range is super garbage. Even with the highest range multiplier, it feels like you can never kill anybody. It takes like 30 freaking shots to kill anybody from long range. So if it doesn't have good range, then maybe it's more of an SMG and it can beat assault rifles in that area. Nope, it gets beat by every SMG and every assault rifle up close. So I'm not sure what they should do with this weapon, but it's really not viable unless you're going against noobs or if you're in hardcore. In hardcore, this weapon slaps, and in realism, this weapon slaps. But in core, it's really lacking. You can't kill any. You can shoot people first, and they will always kill you. Not always. Alright, so this next part of the video is just a short list of weapons that I want in the game. Now, these are not fan-based or anything. This is strictly just my list of weapons. It's my opinion. Don't hate me for it, you know? Number 1 would be Vector, but it got leaked, so I'm just excited to get to play with the Vector. So let's move on to number 2, or number 1 now. The MP44 is one of my favorite assault rifles, and I want it back. Okay, this is a quick list. Let's go to the next one. The R700 Sniper, beastly weapon. It's pretty good, and it looks really good. Next, the F2000. Everybody hated this gun except for a select few that could actually control the recoil. It was a monster. What about some machine pistols? The G18, the PP2000, you know? Also, really quick. What if guns that are variants of other guns were added into the game? You can make the AK-74U out of the AK, but I think the AK-74U should also be its own weapon. There would be obvious benefits and drawbacks of each. The AK-74U would be bigger, for instance, giving you less mobility but better aiming. It would be great to actually have these weapons and be able to play with the weapon from that spot, rather than taking a different weapon, putting it to a pretty close spot to where it is the other one, and then you really don't get those 5 extra slots to do anything with. Having these variants added as actual weapons would be a pretty good thing. So you have the AK-74U, for instance, and boom, you have 5 slots on that. Now, do you want to make it more towards what the AK would be? Do you want to make it more SMG? You can take it from there, but you can't only go so far with the AK-74U if you have the AK to start with, and we only have 5 attachment slots. So all I'm saying is it'd be pretty cool if they added the variants into the game, and like if you use the M16, it would actually kill in one burst, but the M16 doesn't, you know? Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's all. Hope you liked the video. Please consider subscribing. This is Unicorn out.